Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Dungeon Girls, which is on episode 3, with Sword Oratoria. In other words, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon on the side Sword Oratoria, which is like a side story perspective, which is like a perspective from I's eyes, you know? So this episode right here on episode 3 looks like it wasn't too hard, if anything. Nothing too shabby. I guess maybe Lefiya just changed a bit, which is a cool thing, but sometimes her running gag is a little annoying. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that everyone else is just like having their own their daily procedure, you know, and of course Ice and Lefiya does go to like a certain expedition where Ice is trying to train to get used to the sword that she has right now. And as for Loki, she ends up having a party with one of the gods or something or whatsoever. And apparently what's more ugly right now is that I think there was a certain plan going on in motion to from one god or something, I think. And apparently Eyes and Lefiya does come home late, and as punishment, you know, we have to it that Eyes is supposed to be a chaperone with Loki to go to the monster Celia. But, you know, Lefiya actually scheduled a date with Ice herself, but apparently that got ruined because of the tardiness of coming home. So Lefiya ends up being crying in her bed, and she's like imagining herself with Ice as always, which she's always been doing since from episode 1. And I'm thinking in my mind, girl, you're very annoying with these kinds of erotic fantasies right now. Can you please stop? That's one thing that bothered me. But aside from that, from the monster Celia, you know, we have to it that Loki does meet up with someone, which is apparently possibly another god or something, with Ice. And of course, when Ice looked at her, it looks like they had this weird expression of hostility, possibly. But we also have to it that this woman is actually having her eyes on one person, and I believe we all know who that is. And apparently, it has to be that boy. And of course, those of you who watch Dungeon Girls, I'm pretty sure it got aired 2 to 3 years ago, would know who that person is. Those who don't, well, I ain't gonna spoil you on that. Aside from that, you know, we have to it that she ends up leaving right away after seeing a couple things here and there. But aside from seeing the monster Celia happening here and there, it looks like to me the woman who's cloaked, that's the guy that Loki met or something. Apparently, she released a couple monsters on a rampage in the city, but there was one monster that was totally different from everything else, and that was some kind of plant-eating monster or something. Of course, Lefiya got hurt when she tries to chant her spell while Tiona and Tione were trying to buy her some time. Ice comes in to try to take care of the monster too when she sees Lefiya hurt, and the sword broke on her, which really sucks, honestly, but it is what it is. Aside from all that, for what's been going on here and there, we have to it that our buddies, on the other hand, have been trying to fend off this monster-eating plant, but we have to it that Lefiya is the one that finished it off with her spell. When concentrated and realizing that she's useless and she can't catch up, she decides to change for a bit despite being injured and uses her spell to put a frostbite on the monster and destroyed it. So we also have to it that she had an alias on her, or a certain title. She was called the Thousand Elf because she has this powerful chant or magic power that allows her to chant an infinite number of spells or something, possibly through elemental as well. I think that's what the case was, and when it was explained in Lefiya's power. Aside from that, we have to it that after the monster is all taken care of, Loki asks the god that released the monsters, you released the monster that's a plant monster that's almost able to kill Lefiya. What's wrong with you? She goes what are you talking about? All the monsters I released was not related to that. And we have to it that Loki's huh? So if it isn't you that released the monster, who was it then? And of course, it was revealed possibly by the god, who apparently has a stone on it, which possibly could be a reincarnation of our new monster or something, is the one that was behind it. So it looks like to me 2 gods kind of became somewhat of minor antagonists in this episode, releasing creatures that's devastating or causing trouble or havoc around the town, etc. So it looks like to me the episode was okay. It was just simple. Lefiya's starting to grow up a bit. Thank goodness for that. And I look forward to more. So until then, I'm out. I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off the Zero, people. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye bye.